Hey, welcome into A Cup of Hoops, Season 3, Episode, I think, 3? 3? This is
Three.
sponsored, this is sponsored by Synergy. Recruiting is hot right now. You're going to get 3 takes, 2 voices, and 1 cup of hoops. But before we jump in to some of the players and some of our topics, let me tell you why Synergy Sports is the move. As an evaluator, Synergy makes things easy. Their tools are game changer for the basketball at every level. With an open source system, player filtering, and access to accurate stats, Synergy provides the insights to help us excel at our jobs. Most NBA teams and college programs trust Synergy for their video streaming and database analysis, and now it's available to high school programs. So in the offseason, coaches jump to the open source system. It would be a joy to have everybody in Texas on that system. So if you're serious about the game, Synergy Sports has you covered. Thanks to Synergy for powering A Cup of Hoops. Housekeeping. Gasso Fast Break this week. We got some state superlatives. I think that went out last week, actually. The 25 rankings goes out this weekend. The final 25 rankings goes out this weekend. So that was fun to put together. We've been working on that for a little bit. 2 cities, 1 Gasso. Not this weekend, but next. It's going to be popping. We're excited about the teams coming. It's a loaded list. I'm sure Timmons will drop that list here soon, so you can see some of the names on that. Lastly, follow us. We're putting out stuff every day. Also, parents, if you're tuned in, we have a survey going out. Just trying to connect with brands that make sense for you guys. So fill out that survey, and you'll have a chance to win some cool prizes, and you'll get a free month of the Gas Fast Break, so the 25 rankings. So please help us provide us some feedback with that survey. Parents only. That would be super helpful. Let's jump in, Blue. So the portal opened Monday. It's been wild already. A lot of Texas kids jumping in the portal. I just give the people how we play a role in the portal. Like, what do we do on a day-to-day to help Texas players that have gone off to college and now are in the transfer portal? What do we tell coaches? Like, what do we help with?
Well, I mean, kind of first off, both of our phones are ringing, and it started yesterday morning. Obviously, yesterday was the biggest day, kind of the portal season, just to get that initial 500 plus player dump. Right, the names were dumped in that the portal system of the NCAA. We've been taking calls though prior to this because the college coaches already knew who some of the early portal hopping guys were going to be. So we play in a role, but just the case of advocating for some of these guys. I mean, we have kept up with some of these players, and when they are asked of us of like, what do we think? How was he in high school? And then what do you think about him in college? We're looking at synergy. We're looking at stats. So I mean, we can paint the picture of to help them along here as they are trying to make some decisions of whether or not they should go on some of the players. I think that it does go back to the high school days because there's got to be a little bit of of unbiased evaluation, and also they ask about traits, they ask about character, if there was anything that they should know, or just getting the information of the high school coach so they can talk to them, or the summer league, the spring and summer coach. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just a simple question of, is he good enough? Oh yes, I think so. No, you got to, you have to show a little bit of a caring about the situation, especially for these kids, because this is their second chance of kind of their second part of their career going through college. And if we don't have the answer, we're going to find it, and we're going to help out these college coaches as much as possible and lead them in the right direction.
Yeah, and the questions are all over the place, and we just try and provide context. I think the first thing I always answer is like, I always try to dive deep with the college coaches and ask how they play, like what stylistically are they doing and what fits are they looking for at each position. So a lot of the questions I get is like, hey, Ryan Mass, does he fit the mold of what we're trying to do? And then so on and so forth. Like, what do you know about him? How did he act when he was at a Gasso? Or did you ever see, just what's going on with him as a human being, like you alluded to. But it's a fun time of year. It's like a new time of year that this is now like, it's hot, man. It is hot. I'm getting phone calls left and right, and excited to see how it continues to play out. Okay, let's move on Okay. Who is one unsigned senior you are fighting for to college coaches lately?
For me, it's I'm going to go into Cy Fair with Kendarius Johnson. I mean, he's 6'4", 6'5". You're talking about an athlete, a guy that can get inside the paint and rise up and go finish, whether it's with a dunk, whether it's a soft 8-foot jumper. There's so many things that he can do as a big wing. I mean, and that's always kind of one of the questions I ask. I mean, we need guys that have skill, that are able to get out and run and go make plays and score, but it's got to be a big wing. And then this is one right here that's available and that has garnered some attention from JUCOs and some low D1s. And so I think that there's a fit here for him as we kind of proceed forward. Now, also patience has to be considered here as you recruit, or if you're the player, you got to be patient, and hopefully Kendarius is.
Yep. I love it. I'm going to go Brendan Ballard, Elevate U, Weatherford. He's a 6'7" dynamic forward. This guy's a late bloomer. He's making waves early here in the grassroots season as an unsigned. He's athletic. He's really good at blocking shots. He flies around. He just cleans up the glass, and then he can stretch the floor. I also saw him in his highlight. He's a very willing passer, and he's made some really good reads from which I could see where he's processing, making a pass and looking guys off and making plays. So, if anyone's paying attention right now to high school kids with the portal opening up, that's a name to really be aware of because he's got a lot that the college coaches ask for on a consistent basis. So I'll repeat the name: Brendan Ballard, Weatherford High School, Elevate. Go look him up and see the things he's been doing lately here early on the grassroots scene. All right, last question, BZ. This is a quick episode, so let's get to it. What's a simple recruiting tip? Like, you and I are going to kind of ham and egg this one, but I want to pass it to you to kind of set the stage, and I'll add to it. I'm sure you're going to answer it completely, honestly.
Yeah, I think you and I are going to say the same thing, maybe a little bit different. Is though you have to have a plan at this point. I mean, there's also the patience of what you're going to go through emotionally as a recruit, of possibly going to any type of level. I mean, there's going to be a time that within the next couple of weeks that we're going to get the questions: who are the best high school players available? And then also there are some coaches changes being done at even the lower levels of JUCO and of Division III and D2, and those questions are going to come up of where, who's going to be the best players for me to call on. And so we're always giving out information. We are, if they subscribe or not. I mean, there's little tidbits that we can give out, and so the players just have to have a game plan, get your 60-second highlight video ready. There's so much stuff that we've talked about on here already that you should be doing. Don't wait for the call. Be proactive and get your name out there. Hit up some DMs. Look up, just go on YouTube if you want to go to junior college or D3. Look, there's always highlights everywhere. See where you kind of fit in and take advantage of this time to get prepared.
Yeah, I'll just add, embrace every level. Keep everything on the table. Like, so many people write off levels. Even on our Gasso player profile, we get entries from players, and that their lowest level that they're willing to play. Sometimes it's just like, okay, if your lowest level is Division I, like, that's a really hard get right now. So I would just encourage you. We're using the data that comes in, so I'm just telling you what I'm seeing and what the mindset of most kids. Like, keep everything on the table. If you truly love this game and you want to play at the college level, keep everything on the table and just keep working. And just be patient. It's a long game. Keep garnering traction. Keep leveraging that traction, and find your fit. Do your research. And what Blue said. I mean, we're going to keep constantly banging this drum because this drum needs to be banged. Like, players, trust us on this. We do this for a living. We do this full time. This isn't a hobby. We talk to college coaches every day. We know what they're looking for. And the pecking order has changed. And so you've got to adapt as well. So that's going to wrap up this edition of A Cup of Hoops, Season 3, Episode 3. Hope we helped, and we will look forward to April 4 to 6. We'll see you there.